Okay, happy good morning, beautiful people. Today is March 24th. Today is March 24th, and I'm going to take you along with me on one of the income streams that I am looking to build, and that is options trading. So it is currently 11:50 a.m. I don't normally get to trade at this time because I'm working my 9 to 5. However, I have some computer issues and I'm waiting for IT to call me back. So I have decided to try to be productive with what I am doing. So I have my journal. So I have all my notes that I need and what I'm looking for when I am trading. And then I also try to track my trades. I track it online. Sometimes I will track it in here or whatever. But yeah, so let's get trading. Okay, I want to zoom in on this. This is my paper trading account, and it is a great lesson about paying attention to the alerts that you set. I had gotten into 3 trades about a week ago, and my cash sweep value originally was at a little over $100,000, like I want to say 101, right? And I had my alert set for the trade, but when my alerts went off, I ignored the alerts, and I was doing things. I should have stopped and did what I needed to do when my alerts went off, so that way I could have stayed profitable within my trades or to mitigate my loss. However, that did not happen. And now this is my first time trading. Since then, I am at 46,000. So I have lost $50,000 because I ignored my alerts. I wanted to see how it played out, and I made the conscious decision. I was just like, well, let me see what happens when the trade turns against you. There was only 1 day left to expiration by the time I finally checked it, and there wasn't much that I could do. So I just was like, we'll see what happens. This is a paper trading account, so this is simulated trading. So I'm not using real money, but it is just a great lesson about making sure that we are cognizant of what we are doing. And when those alerts go off, they go off for a reason. So yeah, let's get to looking. See what the markets are doing and what, if anything, can be done. Okay, I spoke wrong. So my loss, the only loss that I took was with Costco, and I knew that was going to be a loss, but because I did not sell my positions, I was forced to buy my Nvidia stock. So even though I got Nvidia at a great price, it still took out a lot of money that I could trade with. My current Nvidia stock is $56,000. Let me see if I can get back to that again. Account statement. Okay. So real quick, I'm gonna be that person. Okay, you guys. So I wanted to take a minute to talk with y'all about what actually happened here in this video, because I think some of you guys might not even know what's going on or what assigned means. Also, you might be wondering, why on earth are you sharing a video with us all the way back in March? And I was just going through some of my old videos, and I just thought that there was something to be gained and something to be learned from this video. So even though it is on the older side, there is still some valuable information. So let's talk about what happened. So, when you sell an options contract, you're not just placing a bet, you're essentially making a promise. If you decide to sell a put, you are promising that if the stock drops below a certain price by a certain date, which is the expiration date, you will buy it at that price, no matter what the stock is actually worth by the expiration date. That price is called the strike price. So as long as the stock stays above it, that promise costs you nothing. You just collect the premium and you move on. The premium is the money above the price that you paid, right? But if the stock falls below your strike price and you're still holding on to the contract when it expires, the person on the other side of that trade can exercise their right to sell you that stock. That's called the assignment. You don't get a choice in the moment, it is automatic. And that's exactly what happened to me with NVIDIA. I had alerts telling me to close the position before I got to this point, but like I told you at the beginning, I ignored them. I kind of just let it play out and I wanted to see what would happen. And what happened was that the contract expired in the money. So that means the trade went against me. Therefore, I was assigned, which means I was required to buy the stock at that price, whether I wanted to or not. To buy the stock was selling for less than what I was required to pay for it, right? So, like I said, I ignored my alerts. I let things ride to see what would happen, and that's 100% on me. Um, what that meant is that instead of having that cash liquid that I could trade with, I was forced to buy NVIDIA stock at a higher price than what it was currently selling at. And so, update, since I was forced to buy this NVIDIA stock, it has actually gone up shortly after I had actually filmed this in March. The price of NVIDIA actually went up so much so that I hadn't really taken a loss if I had chosen to sell. I would have came out with more money than what I had used when I was assigned the contract. However, the lesson behind all of this is that we have alerts for a reason. If you remember to set them, they are your best friend, right? You don't want to gamble with it. You don't want to just let things ride. The most important thing when it comes to options trading is discipline. You have to remove the emotions out of it. You need to just execute the plan as close to the plan as you can. There's always going to be things that happen, things change, news comes out, shifts happen in the market. That's good and well. But when those alerts go off, don't be like me. Do not ignore them because they are important and we have them for a reason. So, yeah, that's just a little update about why I'm sharing this video so late with y'all. And I really hope you got something out of it. If the explanations were clear and you like this form of video where I'm also trying to help teach you what I know, let me know. I will be more than happy to continue making these. If you hate the visuals, let me know.